Thank you so much, JK sir. So he clearly mentioned do what you do. So that's why I do a microvascular flap, one. The second thing, he showed a reconstructive ladder, and at the present, we want to give the best result to the patient. So always we take a reconstructive elevator and directly go to the microvascular flap. And third thing, when they mentioned the availability of sutures and other things, for example, in India, at present, approximately 200 free flaps have been done in a day, and these materials, instruments are available everywhere. So I think that is not a constraint to say why not to do a free flap. With these words, let me go to my presentation. The other thing is I'd like to mention before that, the topic was mentioned as pedicle flap, so I have taken both a pedicle mean a regional, abdominal or a groin flap, as well as a regional flap from the hand. So, as the name denotes, free flap helps you free from attachment. I think that initially the slide was shown, Pankaj Agare, freedom. I don't know why they mentioned that freedom can be get only with a free flap. And it's a single stage, especially when you are considering a groin flap or abdominal flap. Free flap offers a single stage reconstruction. This is a case of the thumb loss with also a dorsal skin loss. And this patient actually was an eye opener for me. I planned a pedicle groin flap. And I showed the pictures for him, how they will be there after the procedure. But the patient, just shifting to before the OT, he asked me, can it be a free flap? But with skepticism, I told there is a chance. Initially, I had a hesitation, but still, why not? Then did a free groin flap. And as a safety measure, I did it from the opposite groin, and the procedure went well. I think that from that day, I think I started these defects, I was able to comfortably manage with a free flap. And it also has a lesser traction on the pedicle when compared to regional flaps, and obviously has a better outcome and a total 100% healing. The final outcome for this patient, and overcoming the paucity of local tissues. He showed a defect which is a small finger defect, fine, but if the defect is big, what will he do? And free flap offers early rehabilitation, especially in a composite, which is mandatory when you do a tenolysis. For example, this is a case of a runover injury. We initially did a venous augmentation, but still it failed. And you can see that there's a thumb web loss with a thumb web burst with the skin loss, the entire skin gone. So we did a grafting for that for the time being. Then the patient initially had a lot of tendon adhesion and a thumb web contracture, as you can see. So there's no option to do any local flaps, went for a free flap. And here the patient also had, since I had adhesion, we did a tenolysis both of the flexor and the extensor tendon from the palmar and the extensor aspect, and we were able to cover comfortably with the free flap and starting the movement immediately. Size does matter. Free tissue transfer offers a luxury of harvesting a large skin paddle, and also it can be customized whether you want a large volume or a small volume. So this is a patient who has a lot of the entire skin loss over the distal dorsal skin loss along with the total skin loss in the fingers. So we can't do a pedicle flap if the patient has been attached for a longer time. So we harvested a big flap, an ALT flap, it's around 29 into 12 centimeter. The patient had a BMI of 35. So here, because we know about the perforators, we are able to thin it nicely and gave a big chunk. But don't worry, we are able to correct it. And within 6 months, in 3 stages, the patient was completely, absolutely, what is the best can be given for this patient has been delivered because of a free flap. And multiple component, I think this is one of the major thing for a free flap. So this is industrial accident with loss of skin, EPL tendon, and a superficial radial nerve. And all this can be constructed as a single stage with a free flap. And vascular bone, I think this can never be done with a pedicle flap. This is a case with a 3 metatarsal loss, and a stage reconstruction with the non-vascularized bone can never be done for this type of defect. So a free fibula with a triple barrel can offer a good outcome for this patient. And a reasonable movement in a single stage, along with the tendon reconstruction. Sorry, I forgot to mention. And improved cosmesis. I think this is one of the important things. As reconstructive hand surgery, it should not be judged only by the functional outcome, but also on an aesthetic outcome. Though the patient might not be demanding at the initial beginning, at the late, when everything is healed, they might ask, why is this scar? Can it be improved? So from the beginning, for example, this is a big defect of the entire forearm. We have covered with the the volar aspect of the forearm covered with the ALT flap and with the primary donor side closure. But the same thing I have done with the abdominal flap. Just you can see the scar in the abdomen along. You can see even the retraction of the umbilicus. And same thing in case you're doing a smaller defect with a posterior intraocular artery flap or a radial artery forearm flap, you're always leaving a scar in the hand, which is a much exposed than a thigh or a groin. And financial advantage, finally, is like compared to a groin flap or abdominal flap, this is a single surgery with a lesser hospital stay and a lesser manpower days lost, and finally it has a better financial outcome. Finally, I like to conclude. GK sir is my teacher and I have represented what he taught me. I am sure he will say, "Hi Selva, you're right." Thank you so much.